that game now, the 2 red cards, do you think they should have been given? Do you think they were fair ref decisions?
Yes, in my opinion, those red cards were fair opinion in a semi-final game, in a very big match and tense match like that. You need to keep your cool. Stay on your feet. Don't make those don't make those silly tackles. Don't launch into challenges. Don't get yourself into trouble. And Alimatu Ayinde and Rashidat Ajiba, they failed to do that. And we saw what actually happened with Alex Iwobi against Tunisia at the AFCON.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel Sports on the Go with Neto. With Neto, yours truly. It has been a while since we posted a video, but with the women's AFCON literally finishing just yesterday, we had to come and talk about it. And I have my new friend, aka Sleezy, to come join me. So if you don't know who Sleezy is basically anything Nigerian football. Sleezy is involved. He's there talking, active, there giving his opinions. So what better person to to have this conversation with? So as we all know, the women's AFCON finished yesterday with South Africa claiming gold and the mighty Super Falcons coming fourth. So of course, let's just get this conversation started. So when the AFCON was starting, what were you expecting? What was your aim for Super Falcons?
Yeah, thank you very much, Neto. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone watching. So yeah, getting straight into it. Whenever we hear WAFCON, that is the women's AFCON in Africa, yeah. The first name that comes to everybody's lips is the Super Falcons, because they're the most successful team in the tournament. They've won it for a record 9 times, and they've been dominant. They've been a dominant force. They've literally dominated since the inception of the tournament. So as usual, I was expecting Super Falcons to go there, despite the fact that there is 1 or 2 preparation issues in their camp, and then not really sure if Asisat would be fully fit for the tournament, and then she eventually showed up. So I was expecting the Super Falcons to go there and claim gold and then qualify for the World Cup as usual, but we came fourth. To be very honest, I was not really impressed with the overall performance of the Super Falcons at the WAFCON. The only game I was impressed with was the game against Morocco, when the ladies had to dug deep and then forced the game into the penalties, when we eventually lost. The other games, the first game against South Africa, was tactically defeated. The other 2 games we played against seemingly lesser opponents, no disrespect to Botswana and Burundi. Against Cameroon, we had to dig in deep before we can get the only goal of the game. And then against Morocco, we saw what happened. And against Zambia, we're not the Super Falcons that we used to know. So the only good game of the tournament, in my opinion, was the one against Morocco. Yeah. But the other games, I was not really impressed. So overall, I would just say 5/10.
Okay. I guess I can agree with that. So, with the general performance, there were lots of external factors as to the way Super Falcons played. There was the bonuses issue, where they refused to go for training the day before the game. And there's also the time when our Coach Randy said, journalists are very negative when it comes to the team. So do you think all these things kind of affected our players' morale and the general mental capacity to play and execute?
Yes, that's a very good question. Yes. Firstly, I would just like to point out that in every organization, be it sport, be it an office setting, be it a corporate organization, yeah, you definitely have to define what value means to your employees, your customers, and the stakeholders. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what value means to a journalist that travels to cover a tournament is to get content just so he or she can put out there for the reason. But what value means to the coach in that same position is just for his or her players to perform at the very top level. So the coach, now has to do everything to make sure he gets the best out of his player, even if it involves shutting journalists out. So I think that incident actually affected the flow of things. So that happened after the first game against South Africa. I actually think the coach overreacted by saying that, but he might have been right at the end of the day about the journalists, especially in Nigeria. So talking about the bonuses, as I was saying, you have to define what value means to the player. As personally, as a person, if you're employing me to your organization, and then during the interview, if you ask me what value means to me, why am I coming to work in your company, I'll definitely tell you value. Number one is my pay. Second, I need a non-toxic working environment. That is what I would choose as what would make me thrive and work well, what will make me deliver at the very top level. So if you're not paying the bonuses that you're supposed to be paying me as a player, as an employee, my morale might be down. Despite the fact that I have passion for my job is like what I do happily and all, but if I'm not getting compensated adequately, if I'm not getting my pay at the appropriate time, it might affect my level of effectiveness, which we saw with the Super Falcons. I'm not making excuses for the players as to why their performances were poor, but I'm just saying these factors that you mentioned might be key factors, might be key determinants in what happened at the AFCON.
Okay, so who would you say are like your top players? So for me now, I think Rasheedat Ajibade is on top. Then I like the way Alozie plays, Michelle Alozie. I like the class she brings to defense. Our keeper, I think she should have won like keeper of the tournament or something. But it's unfortunate that she did so well, only to lose to like penalties and stuff. But who would you say are your top players?
Thank you very much. And like I said, it is very difficult to pick, especially in this kind of situation when you notice some players switched off completely during the tournament. And then firstly, the goalkeeper, Nadozie Chiamaka, she put in a very good performance. She's very, very commanding when it comes to aerial ball in her in her surroundings. She commanded the defense well. She was vocal, and which is expected. That is one of the things I expected of a very good goalkeeper. Going to the defense, yes, defense line was good, but a bit shaky. The goal we conceded against Morocco was a defensive error. We understand that we were I think it was 2 women down at that point, or I can't remember.
No, we scored first. It was still 11-11, but
no, when we scored, we were already one woman down. And they already got the red card when we scored. I can remember that. They scored almost immediately after we scored. I can remember that.
Okay.
They scored almost immediately after we scored. So I think we're already exposed at the back because of Alimatu Ayinde's absence to shield the defense. But the defenders would have done better. Payne tried. She was energetic all through. Alimatu Ayinde, just like I mentioned, she was shielding the back four, and when we lost her, we felt it very, very much in the midfield. Ngozi Okobi was energetic. She was driving through her driving run brought about the only goal in the quarterfinals against Cameroon. Onumonu's movement was okay. She got the ball on target whenever the delivery is right from Rasheedat or Odega. But I think she still lacks that deadly finishing touch that the Super Falcons used to know attackers for. I think she would do better. She would grow well into the team in the coming tournaments. Rashidat, yeah, we all know, top player. That's our best player of the tournament. Yeah, Rashidat. I think she has 3 goals and 2 assists, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 3 goals and 2 assists. Yeah.
I think it's 3 assists.
Yeah, 3 goals and 3 assists. Yeah,
3
wow.
goals, 3 assists, yeah.
Yeah, 3 goals, 3 assists. That was like a very good tournament, but unfortunately the Super Falcons came fourth. That would not be much appreciated by the Nigerian fans. Like we all know what we know is winning. But she did where she's a top player. She showed she's a top player and playing for a very top club in Europe. I would say Rashidat and Ngozi Okobi as my outstanding players.
Okay, so I mean, who are the players that you think? I mean, you've already mentioned Onumonu, how she needs to work on like that finishing touch, right? And you think that but I think another thing she needs to work on is her speed, because she has a good height, but I think she needs to work on her speed also. So can you say any other player and like something they should work on?
Yeah, Franca, I think she's not getting younger. Let me use that word. She's not getting younger, and then the pace would definitely be reducing. Yeah, to definitely be the decline, and then she needs to look for another way to make herself more relevant going forward in the team. She needs to like work on her passes. She has to be decisive with those passes. She has to be decisive in the final third, to pick out dangerous passes, and she needs to make sure her crosses are also pinpoint and accurate at that point, because the pace will not be her best friend in the coming tournaments because of her age. But I think she's the kind of player that has the quality to do better. Another player is Ngozi Okobi. She needs to know when to release the ball, know when to play the little short and simple passes to her teammates, not getting them into trouble. And Michelle Alozie also, I think, she goes, she attacks well. Yeah, she drives the attack well, but coming back, I think she needs to do better. Yeah, Ashley Plumter is one player I did not mention when I was talking about my best players. I'm sorry about that. She has been class. Like whenever she's on the ball, you know there's something different.
Her free kick against Zambia.
Against Zambia, yeah. She's top class. But I think her best position is centre back. The left side of the centre back is Ashley's best position. We didn't really see the best of her at the left back position, which is not her preferred or favorite position. I think the coaching crew needs to do better. They need to find a way to make her play the left centre back position, and then she can control the defense better from that position. Yeah, she's class. I think she's one of my best players for Nigeria in this tournament. I'm sorry for not mentioning her in the past time.
Okay, so as a team, what exactly do you think? Like we're going to the World Cup, and we don't want a situation where they qualify and they manage to make it past group stage, or they leave in the quarterfinals. So what are the things that you think they need to do better? So for me, we have a team of more than 11 players. We should be able to work in a way that whoever is on the pitch at any point can gel with the team, with whatever plan they have, and we score. Because the game against Zambia, it was almost looking like if we didn't have Ainde, Onome, and all the women that were absent, if we didn't have them on the pitch, then we can't play properly. And I think that's something that we need to work on. So what else do you think they need to work on ahead, going forward?
Yeah, going forward, I already said it. We need to look for a way to drive continuous improvement. But at the point, in my opinion, there is actually nothing to build on. So we need to first of all get it right tactically. We need to first of all get it right, get the cohesion in the team. We need to get it right. We need to get the ladies to play a brand of football that each and everyone on the team would understand.
Yeah.
Need to stop building the team around just one player, which would make it difficult for other players to come in and integrate easily into the team, just like we understood about what happened last tournament. The brand of football they are trying to play with Ifeanyi Onumonu was meant for the likes of Asisa Toshoala. Yeah, just kick the ball up front and then chase it down. That is what Super Falcons are known for, like that power and energetic play up front where you overpower your defense and you get the goal. But watching Onumonu in the American women's league, you notice she's a player that plays off the shoulder of the last defender. She wants to link up with her midfielders, her wingers, and then get the ball into the box and then score her type of goals, which is easy on the eye actually. Yeah, but we need to get the team to play a brand of football that each and everybody on the team would understand, and then when anybody is coming in to deputize or to replace or to fill in,
that's a problem.
The person would not struggle to get. How can we do that? Is to get somebody that's tactically sound to handle the team, somebody that is tactically aware, that can change the game in play, or even anytime, at any given time, whenever he or she senses a danger or a deficiency in the style of play, the person can just change the game, and then the players would also understand. I think that is what we need to do going into the Women's World Cup.
Okay, so the way you're already sounding, Coach Randy, should he stay? Should he go? You're not sounding so confident of him. What do you think?
I am definitely not confident in Randy. Randy is not. Yes, Super Falcons have won the tournament 9 times, a record 9 times. We are the most successful team when it comes to female football on the continent. Yeah, we are one of the best teams. We are the teams that so many other teams that are rising now, even in Europe, came to benchmark years ago, just to see how we set up our female football, just how we've decided to manage to accumulate so much success in female football. But now we found ourselves in this kind of mess because we've not been able to scale up, we've not been able to drive continuous improvement and move to the next level. We are not moving forward, we are stagnant, and then people are catching up with us, and then we are finding ourselves to blame for that. So I think we need somebody that is more tactically sound, somebody that is more tactically aware, and most importantly, understand these ladies that we are bringing in, understand the style of play, and then can devise a system, can deploy a system that would suit their play. Yeah. So that is what we need, I think, to move to the next level and then do well and exceed expectations at the FIFA Women's World Cup.
Okay, so let's talk about our game against Morocco. We finished it, we lost, but I mean, I give our team respect for that game because, 9 players and you still managed to fight to get to penalty. So by the time the finals came, South Africa, Morocco, I was like, South Africa is most probably going to win because, I mean, if you're playing a team that is 2 women down, you should be able to capitalize on that. So from that game now, the 2 red cards, do you think they should have been given? Do you think they were fair ref decisions?
Yes, in my opinion, those red cards were fair opinion in a semi-final game, in a very big match and tense match like that. You need to keep your cool, stay on your feet. Don't make those don't make those silly tackles. Don't launch into challenges. Don't get yourself into trouble. And Alimatu Ayinde and Rashidat Ajiba, they failed to do that, and we saw what actually happened with Alex Iwobi against Tunisia at the AFCON, the men's edition of this African Continental Cup. We have ourselves to blame for that, but that shows we did not really learn a lot from what happened against Tunisia, and it repeated itself at the AFCON when Rashidat and Alimatu Ainande launched into tackles when they should have just stayed on their feet and kept their cool. I think it was a fair call from the referee. It was even easier for the referee to call. Yes, red card for him.
I mean, some people do say that it was because we were playing the host nation. Do you stand by that? That if we were playing any other country, we may have gotten away with it.
Playing host nation is always very difficult, but in my opinion, I'm just. I feel that tackle all day long, any day, anytime. Yeah, it's left to the referee to decide, and she made the right call, in my opinion. On some days she might not have called it, but yes, red card.
But did you see the picture where a Moroccan player stepped on Uche Nakalu's ankle? Shouldn't that have also called for a card?
Yes, I saw it live. I watched the game live, and then I was screaming on top of my voice for the ref to just go and have a look at the VAR. But just like I said, it is the referee's call. She decides whether or not she would make those vital and crucial decisions. But in my opinion, she made a very big mistake by not giving that a second thought to and looking at the video assistant referee's call. Yeah, she made a very mistake. That should have been a red card for the Moroccan player too, but that is football. Sometimes referees make mistakes, and those mistakes are costly.
Yeah. Well, nonetheless, we're proud of our ladies. I mean, they put up a good fight. Definitely next year's edition, we're expecting more fire and zeal from them. We're expecting better team cohesion, better coaching staff quality, tactics-wise. But we're proud and we're glad that they're going to the World Cup, and we're hoping that, we can get some tangible content from the World Cup. So, Sleezy, do you have any last... Just imagine Super Falcons were going to project this video. What would you have to say for them? Or to young girls who are trying to, who are looking at these ladies and I want to be like them. Do you have any advice?
Yes, firstly, I have a couple of things to say, but firstly, I would just like to advise young ladies that want to venture into football, that wants to be involved one way or the other, to make sure they are careful of whosoever it is they call their agents or managers, or make sure you ask questions.
Very important.
I mean, ask questions. Don't just commit yourself to something because you are desperate. Don't just sell yourself, sign your future away because you are desperate to play professional football abroad or in Nigeria or anything. Don't enslave yourself. We've seen cases of even men's players signing deadly deals that would enslave them for the rest of their life, and people would think they've signed a good contract abroad but eventually they would find out that they've made the worst decision of their life, and some would even go into depression and kill themselves. So I would employ everybody to just take it easy, take it a day at a time, believe in yourself and ask questions. Make sure you're asking questions, and then you are just be aware of what is going on around you, and then be informed as well. So for the Super Falcons, we are proud of you ladies. We are very, very proud of you, especially game against Morocco. I have a neighbor here, and I have a neighbor here. She's from Switzerland, and then we watched the game together. She's so keen on female football, and then I told her, because the Women's Euro is going on here in England, and then she said she saw me watching, and then she joined me, and then she was watching the game against Morocco, and she was impressed. She said it wouldn't, even an African team might not have survived that against the host team. So I say kudos to the Super Falcons, but they need to get themselves together. Anybody in that's on your team is your family at that point in time and forever. Yeah, so they need to get themselves together. They need to make sure it's one voice. And finally, to the administrators, I've been coming to sound like a broken record now, but the administrators need to do better. You can't owe people money and expect them to perform up level.
Yeah.
I, as a person, if I'm working for you and then you're not paying me, no matter how effective, no matter how qualified, no matter how experienced I am and capable I am to deliver your deliverables, I would definitely be having one or two challenges, because I work for you and I pay my bills from those paychecks, and so you're keeping it from me. My performance level, my productivity level would definitely come down. So pay these ladies their bonuses. And to the journalists, finally, the journalists, you've been doing well both in Nigeria, both in diaspora and upcoming, even YouTubers, Instagrammers, and bloggers. Yeah, we just need to keep on writing positive things and make sure we write the truth about
Yeah, because sometimes I do believe that journalists are a bit too harsh. So I think by the time when I saw his statement, I was like, is he wrong? Is he right? Because sometimes I think, as journalists, we should all calm down sometimes. Because whether we like it or not, they're human beings. Human beings make mistakes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's never that deep.
Yeah, so it's never that deep. And on the part of the players, we need to also realize that they are under the pressure to deliver at that point. Under especially this Super Falcons situation, when you know that your predecessors have won this tournament. We own it. We've not just won it. We own this tournament when it comes to history. We've won it record 9 times. Yeah. So you're under the pressure to deliver. You're under the pressure to make sure you also leave your own mark, and then when you're gone, you can say, yes, my set also won it, and other teams are catching up as well. So it's a bit difficult for them emotionally, on the pitch, everywhere. We can see anyone in the picture just after the loss, she was still thinking about it. You could tell from the countenance on her face, that she was still thinking about the penalty miss and all. Imagine people now pouncing on her and saying things on Instagram. I know, yes, players should be able to take criticism and all, but when it's too much, it really gets them and affects them. So we need to actually take it easy. We need to focus on the thing we are supposed to be focusing on, that is the efficiency of the football administrators we have in Nigeria that needs to do better. I think, in my opinion, that is where the energy of the media should go. If we get things right, get these players a very ethically sound coach, a disciplined coach, there would be nothing for us to talk about the players other than when they perform poorly. Yeah, and then we'll have to call them out, and then on their own part they have to improve. But when the coaching crew, the football administrator and all are not doing what they're supposed to do, we are just using the players as scapegoats. We're making them a victim of the system, which we also saw with the Super Eagles.
Wow. Thank you for joining me for this conversation. I truly appreciate it. I will put Sleezy's Instagram account and general socials in the description, so you can also follow him and continue the discussion from there. Thank you for coming this far and watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.